Bonjour YouTube. Clash in Paris takes place this Sunday on PLE. There are currently 5 matches on the card, which I'm going to run down. My name is Manlykefresh, and as they will say in France, allons-y. If any of you would like to be updated on any future videos I'm about to release, or just to follow me in general, you can follow me on X at www.x.com/manlykefresh. And let's kick off my prediction video with the first match, which I think will take place, will be with the man that loves to fight, Sheamus, taking on the Bulgarian brute in Rusev Mashka. You know, these two have had a great rivalry up until this point, but now they're going to wrestle in something called a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Now, me being a resident of the UK, I've never heard of a Donnybrook match. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to guess it's probably going to be a little street fight, maybe at a bar. They're going to have bottles. I don't know. If it's not going to be in the ring, it's probably going to... Well, it has to be in the ring because they're going to be in France. The French ain't so unsophisticated like us in the UK, where you just fight and brawl in the streets. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Yes. Anyway, so probably going to be a street fight. Going to be chairs, probably a shillelagh, whatever weapon Rusev has in his country. Probably going to use that too. It's probably what it's going to be. And it's going to be living hell out of each other. No DQ, no disqualification, no count outs. Anything goes. I don't know if it's going to be full counts anywhere match, but I reckon it's all going to be around the ringside with bare weapons. So this is probably going to be a great way to end their little rivalry, because it has dragged on slightly a bit. But unfortunately, even though Rusev has come back just after WrestleMania, and he has fell flat like he was when he was called Miro in AEW. Oh! Anyway, I give this match, since it's going to be in Europe, and the French are probably going to... Oh, then again, the French might be on Rusev's side, you know. But I'm going to give this match to Sheamus. I'm actually going to give it to Sheamus. I think Sheamus is going to win. Hopefully they can put this rivalry to rest. But please, WWE, don't use Rusev like you did the first time round. And don't let it be like AEW. Put him to some use, please. It's time for the match we've all been waiting for. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, the king of the Uberfala, against the Tribal Thief, the king of the Shuafala. Who makes this shit up? Anyway, going up against each other at Clash in Paris. Sorry. I just took it. I can't get you. Paul Heyman is a legend. Shuafala, Tribal Thief. Anyway, yes, this match is not going to be for the faint of hearted. These two behemoths, the former longest reigning Universal Champion, taking on the upcoming behemoth in Bronson Reed of the Vision. And we all knew this match was going to come. You can't just be stealing man's trainers, or crepes as we call it over here, and expect to get away with it, you know. So, you know, someone's got to get their comments. I mean, like, this is not really the PLE that I think these two should have had a fight. I think personally it should have happened at Survivor Series, either in a one-on-one or possibly in a match. But then they had wasn't Bronson Reed at last year's Survivor Series in War Games, and he injured himself, so maybe he probably wouldn't want to go back in that match again. And Roman even fought him in that match, so this rivalry's been almost a year in the making, you might as well say. But when it's all said and done, I'm going to give this one to the Tribal Chief. Name have them meant, I could be wrong, but I think the Tribal Chief will get the Superman punch, Ooh, spear. 1, 2, 3. There might be some slight interference from the Vision, but I feel his brothers in arms will stop that from happening. So Roman to win this match. So since Becky Lynch is now the only female champion on this card due to Naomi stepping down as women's champion, being pregnant, she'll be defending her Intercontinental Championship against Mrs. You Can Look But You Can't Touch, Nikki Bella, in a one-on-one match. So how this match has come about is over the last couple of weeks, Becky Lynch, who has been doing a fantastic job in elevating the Intercontinental Championship, has been dominating all of her opponents like Maxine, what's her name again? Natalia, all those lovely female wrestlers who have just become victim to Becky Lynch. She's now come out, challenged Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch has been throwing some verbal assaults at Nikki Bella about how she used to be the greatest power couple with John Cena, but now she can't see him anymore. Oh, Becky is a savage. But speaking of savagery, maybe this past Monday, Becky Lynch went one step too far when she was in Birmingham and she decided to make a promo comment in regards to the late great Ozzy Osbourne, which Kelly Osbourne found very distasteful. But in WWE's land of complexity, as I like to say it, it could have all been a work. But if it isn't a work, then who knows, that might work against Becky. I mean, you never know. That could be actually the sole reason why Becky Lynch drops the Intercontinental Championship to Nikki Bella this Sunday. However, I'm just going to go on a whim and say I feel Becky Lynch has a lot to do in that division and elevate a bit more, and I feel like maybe she's going to retain it a bit more longer. So Becky Lynch to retain her Intercontinental Championship. Do you know what? Sometimes being a prediction video maker is so frustrating. When you think you've finished your video, WWE, go ahead and add another match to the bloody card. So now we have the Street Profits taking on the Wyatt Six for the SmackDown WWE Tag Team Championships. Now this match was announced yesterday on SmackDown, just as I finished my YouTube video, to literally add the match to the card, which is not really such a bad thing to be at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, the WWE Tag Team Championships have been obsolete as of late on PLEs. So it's nice to have them on another PLE back-to-back. They were defended at SummerSlam and are now defended at Clash in Paris. So how this match came about was obviously the Wyatt Six defeated the Street Profits back in the day for the championships a few months ago. So now The Miz and Carmelo Hayes took on the Street Profits. The Street Profits won the match, and that's why they're now the number one contenders. So a lot of history between these two teams, but I just personally believe right now, I said this before, the Wyatt Six have not been the great team that they were supposed to be. They were meant to be this really dominating, scary faction, and somewhere down the line they lost their mystique. I mean, they don't really need the tag team championships, but now that they've got it, it wouldn't make sense for them to just drop them just like that, especially at a B class PLE. I feel like it should be taken off them maybe at SummerSlam, Survivor Series, or maybe the Royal Rumble next year. So my prediction will be the Wyatt Six to retain their tag team championships, but believe me, the Street Profits will give them a war. But the Wyatt Six to retain their tag team championships. The former 17-time World Heavyweight Champion in John Cena will be taking on Mr. Ayo Prime CEO Logan Paul. Oh God, what's wrong with me today? Anyway, yeah, these two will be clashing in a one-on-one match. Now, it's just gonna comment on this real quick. Cena turning back into a face and giving the best match he's had since he's returned to WWE this year, and then dropping the championship to Cody Rhodes was by far one of the most bizarrest things I've ever seen in my life, because Cena didn't even need to go heel. He didn't have to go heel, but he did. But anyway, he's back to his old self now, and he's going to try and shut up Logan Paul. Now, Logan Paul, the wrestler who is now trying to establish himself as the man of WWE while promoting his own brand, and I am a big Logan Paul fan, I've said this before. He shouldn't be going for after no championships, but he should be making a legacy to make him become an organic star in the eyes of the fans. But WWE's going the wrong way about it. But maybe putting him against Cena who has probably, like I said, been on the best run of his entire career, has got 1 or 2 FUs left in him. Now, on any other given night, I would give this match to John Cena. But due to what happened at SummerSlam last month, after he lost the WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes and he embraced Cody Rhodes at the end, as Cody Rhodes walks away, we had that boom, 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 boom. So I think Brock Lesnar going to interfere in this match, and Logan Paul's going to win because Brock's going to give John Cena the F5 at some point. And as Cody Rhodes is away on hiatus, shooting some scenes for a film, I believe it's Street Fighter, this is what I believe our main event will be. On Raw's World Heavyweight Championship side, we have the current reigning World Heavyweight Champion in Seth Rollins taking on CM Punk, and then taking on Mr. Yeet, Mr. Jey Uso, and the recently drafted to Raw Mr. LA Knight, yeah, in a fatal 4-way match. Now, 3 of the 4 of these men have all been world champions, and CM Punk being the most recent one after he beat Gunther for the first time and finally become world champion in WWE anyway, in over 10 years. Mr. I'm faking an injury came out, cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase, and became the World Heavyweight Champion for the second time. So now, I feel this is why I really actually like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the only wrestler in WWE who has about 4 or 5 different enemies on his back. I mean, at the moment, Roman isn't targeting him, but every single one of these men all hates Seth Rollins with a passion. Just like back in the days of the old WWF, where we used to have multiple different guys having multiple rivalries with different men. So when one rivalry gone stale, they'll go back to another main rival, and that's what this case is going to be now. Now, Seth Rollins, in all fairness, should be at a disadvantage. He hasn't got the championship's advantage. He doesn't have to be pinned to lose his championship. But, like I've said before, out of all 4 men in this match, Jey Uso is the one guy that I don't think WWE want to put the strap back on anytime soon. So I feel, because of that, just to preserve the integrity of CM Punk and LA Knight, Seth Rollins is going to get the 1-2-3 on Jey Uso and retain his World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know if there's going to be any interference, which probably will be, but Jey Uso is going to take the fall and Seth Rollins will retain his championship. With all my predictions now covered, stay tuned for my final thoughts. Do you think Becky Lynch's comments about Ozzy Osbourne this past Monday were distasteful or Ozzy being a wrestling fan, do you think he would have found it entertaining and all part of showmanship? Congratulations to Big Jim and Naomi on having found out that they're now expecting their first child together. This means that Naomi had to relinquish the World Heavyweight Championship. With Stephanie Vaqueur's opportunity being cancelled for Clash in Paris, who will Stephanie face to become the new Women's World Heavyweight Champion? We'll soon find out. Imagine if Y2J's contract ends at the end of this year of AEW and he comes back at the Royal Rumble. It will never, ever be the same again. Has Karrion Kross and Scarlett officially left WWE, or is this all a double cross like they did with R-Truth in the attempt to try and gain some form of momentum? WWE just bring back Alberto Del Rio, please. Before you guys leave, kindly do me the greatest honour by subscribing to my YouTube channel by clicking on subscribe, and by following me on my only social media platform of X at www.x.com/Manlykefresh, where you'll be updated with any future videos which are about to come out, whether it be my wrestling videos or my gaming videos or my top 20s. So until next time guys, see you at the next video. Look after yourselves and take care. Bye bye.